viewers, as we've been telling you, Trump announced a 2-week conditional ceasefire with Iran. He has said that major objectives have already been met and that a broader peace agreement could be finalized within the next 2 weeks. Trump also has confirmed that Iran submitted a 10-point proposal, calling it a workable basis for negotiations, while both sides pause attacks to push for a final deal. Now, the ceasefire remains conditional and fragile, with diplomacy now racing against time. Iran has also confirmed a 2-week de-escalation after Donald Trump's ceasefire announcement, with its foreign minister saying Tehran is going to halt operations if attacks on Iran stop. He added that safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz will be allowed during this period under coordination with Iran's armed forces. Our managing editor, Zaka Jacob, earlier spoke exclusively with the biggest voice of Iran in India, Abdul Majid Hakeem Ilahi, representative of Iran's supreme leader. Listen in to what he said.
All right, I'm joined by a very special guest. For the very first time, we're getting the top Iranian voice on Indian television. Hakeem Ilahi is the representative of the Supreme Leader here in India. Thank you very much, Mr. Ilahi, for speaking with us here on Times Now. I want to first ask you, as a political representative here in India, as an Iranian citizen, what are your thoughts after almost 40 days of this brutal and devastating war? Finally, we have a ceasefire. What are your thoughts as to how this was brought about? And the question that is on everybody's mind, will it last?
Yes, thank you very much for having me. I want to congratulate all nations, especially free nation and our brothers and sisters in India, for supporting us and offering their condolences, their solidarity and their sympathy with Iran. As well as I want to say that due to this war, a lot of people were suffered and they had a lot of difficulties and problems in their lives, and their life was getting more difficult for the price of oil and a lot of other things. Finally, we got this ceasefire, and after 41 days, 2 days exactly is 40 days of martyrdom of our Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Al-Uzma Sayyid Ali Khamenei. They started and initiated this war, and they were thinking that just only within 3 days they finish everything, but they make very, very big mistake. And now we realize, but not us, but all people in the world, they understand that who should be changed and how they were defeated and how they got the lesson from this big mistake. I think we could win this war, but for only one thing, which is that we got a lot of support from different nations, from different countries, from different people, and because we were with the justice, we were on the side of freedom, humanity, and morality, and everything was discovered from the aggressors and from the people of Jeffrey Epstein Island.
Mr. Ilahi, you know, while here in India, everybody is relieved that this war is over. Everybody, you know, there's a great sense of relief that this great difficulty that Iran was going through, and certainly as a consequence, all other countries, including India, were going through, is finally coming to an end, or has come to an end. There's a 2-week ceasefire now. The concern here in India is around the opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has said that it's a temporary 2-week safe passage for ships, and that Iran will start charging a toll of $2 million per ship. How can you speak to those concerns? How will you address those concerns, including here in India, that this will again lead to a spike in the price of oil, this will lead to inflation, and Iran will now start establishing some kind of a toll system for all ships that pass through the Strait of Hormuz?
Actually, the Strait of Hormuz was open before this war. But they created new condition for this strait. This is not us. They initiated the war, and actually everything is changed. Otherwise, the Strait of Hormuz was open for everyone, and they were using it. But due to this war, we got a lot of problems and difficulties, and I'm sure that there will be different situation after the war. But how they want to charge or not, this is, I don't know anything about it.
I do want to ask you, Mr. Ilahi, that
wants to open.
The
Yes.
tweet that was put out, the Truth Social that was put out yesterday in the evening by US President Donald Trump, saying that an entire civilization will be destroyed, etc. Do you think that is what got the world to rally around and finally, find an end to this war, at least find a temporary pause to this war?
No, from the beginning it was clear that they cannot continue this war. They got big problem. They make big mistake in their life, and due to the mistakes, every day they were getting more difficulty. So finally they shout at themselves the final bullet. Otherwise, they couldn't continue this war because we are ready for that. And this war was unjust. And we know that the unjust war never will continue.
But Mr. Ilahi, there are concerns around whether this ceasefire will hold. Already, the Israeli side believes that this will not hold for beyond 2 weeks. There's also concerns that's been raised by other Gulf Arab countries. There have been some attacks, some sporadic attacks, even after the ceasefire was announced. How would you speak to that concern? Will this ceasefire hold beyond 2 weeks?
Yes. Iran is ready to continue the ceasefire and to bring the peace in the region, especially in the Persian Gulf and in the Strait of Hormuz. We want peace, we want security for that place, but this is up to them. If they want to create again war against Iran as they made it before twice, so we are ready for that. And I think the third time it will be completely different from the previous time, because we informed them strongly that if they are going to continue, so they don't need to open the Strait of Hormuz, because there will not be more oil that they want to pass it through the Strait of Hormuz.
I do want to ask you, there are some concerns about this 10-point proposal that Iran had put forth, and that has now become the basis for the ceasefire and the basis for further negotiations. One, it talks about Iran enriching uranium further, and two, there's also concerns around Lebanon. Your version says that Israel has agreed to stop hostilities in Lebanon. Israel says no such thing has been agreed to. So please speak to us about both of those concerns.
Yes, from the beginning, we announced clearly that we are not going to have nuclear weapons. Mm-hmm. According to our religion and according to the state of our late supreme leader, it is forbidden, and we call it's haram to have nuclear weapons. Never, ever we wanted or we want to have nuclear weapons. So, and we are on it. And this doctrine is not changed. This is our strategy. This is our doctrine, that we don't want to have nuclear weapons. This is the one, and we will not change this idea. Yes, we are going to use nuclear weapon power for our medicine, for our treatment, and some peaceful activities. This is it. And concerning the Lebanon,
yes,
this is one condition which, yes.
No, go on. Finish your point, please.
This is one condition of Iran. Yes, this is one condition of Iran, but we will look at it, how it's going on. So the delegations are ready to negotiate for these conditions, and finally they will reach to the conclusion and they will be agree with that.
I do want to ask you, the Gulf Arab countries had all criticized Iran, saying they are not party to this war, and yet they were being attacked. Do you believe that one of the long-term consequences of this war is there's going to be a massive rift between Iran and the Gulf Arab countries like UAE, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, etc.?
I think our neighbors understood that the security will not come from out of this region, and security should be provided by the countries in this region. And we told them, we informed them several times, but they didn't listen. Now they understood how they provided a lot of bases for America, and how they bought a lot of $1 billion weapons, but the $1 billion weapons couldn't protect them. America could not protect them. So they understood that, and our relationship, I'm sure that will be better and far better. But the claim that they weren't participated in this war is not true, because America didn't attack us from New York, from Washington, from California. Okay. America was using bases from these countries. From where America was attacking us? Where was the launchers of the missiles of America were attacking us? And exactly we have evidences which approved by UK that the missile came to Minab and killed 175 innocent girls have come from our neighbor country. And this, the satellites, the photos of satellites and other evidence already. And they know that. And we also attacked some air forces, American air forces, and it was shut down in our neighbors' countries.
Okay. Mr. Ilahi, I want to get one final question.
Also,
one final question.
Yes.
Do you have any comments about the role of India behind the scenes? The foreign minister, I think, spoke to your foreign minister as many as 5 times since this war began. Prime Minister Modi spoke to your president, Mr. Pezeshkian, in the initial days of this war. What do you have to say about India's role behind the scenes in trying to help find some kind of a solution or a temporary halt to this war?
Yes, I'm thankful to them. They had a very good and successful conversation with our president. I mean, the Prime Minister has very good and successful conversation with our president, as well as the Minister of Foreign Affairs of India also has several times. He has spoke with our Minister of Foreign Affairs, and it was a very good conversation. And I would like to say that, please, they have to continue this conversation, and they have to play a big role to keep the peace in the region, and they can do.
Okay. Mr. Hakeem Ilahi, thank you very much. The representative of the Iranian Supreme Leader here in India. Thank you for speaking to Times Now.